Hi guys, thank you so much for joining this 7 days class. My name is Samuel Linus and I'm super excited to have you here. At Nedi, we are a peer-to-peer edtech platform that allow people to learn in peers, groups, and communities. It simply means that gone are those days when you'll be learning alone and you have questions to ask, but nobody to ask questions. You wish you're a part of a community. You wish you have a mentor. You wish you have a learning mate, somebody you guys can learn and grow with. But unfortunately, you're learning online, so there is no one like that. But with Nedi, you have access to all of those things and even more. When you enroll for our platform, you have access to a one-on-one mentor. You'll be able to schedule a clarity call with your instructor at will. You will also join a support group where you can ask questions at any point in time. You will also be part of a weekly live class where you'll be learning and growing with other people. And guess what? You will also be paired with an accountability partner, somebody that you guys can learn and grow with and also build rapport as you advance in your career. And at the end of the career roadmap, you also get personalized portfolio review and job support. Don't forget to go on our platform and turn on your subscription. It's just a monthly token. That being said, don't forget to also subscribe on this particular YouTube channel so you'll be notified when we upload subsequent lessons, right? So without wasting much of our time, let's get into this particular video.
Yeah, welcome back. In this video, we'll be talking about hierarchy as a design principle, right? Let me just shift this a little bit here. So, this has been a design that we've been working with. So let's see how we can create hierarchy as a design principle. So, but first and foremost, what is hierarchy? Hierarchy in design principle generally, both in graphic design, allow us to create some level of importance in our design. Now, we already have some hierarchy that is already in play in this particular design. But nonetheless, we'll be designing a new section just to further drive home the points that we're trying to make. For example, if you take a look at this design that we have here, this plug and play for fintechs create a higher hierarchy compared to this other text here. Why go through so many financial service provider? Just for the fact that this text is bigger, right? It simply means that we believe as a designer that this text is more important for the user to read compared to this other sub-headline text here, as well as other things that you could see right here. Right here, you could see hierarchy in play. Even in this card section here, you could see some of hierarchy already in play right here. For example, the register and this other text here, this headline and the registration text here already shows that we want the user to read the register first before this. Now, one other importance about hierarchy is that it allows users to easily scan through our design. So then, how then can we apply hierarchy? We can apply hierarchy using three things, right? We can apply hierarchy using color. We can apply hierarchy using size. So, okay, let's stay on those two things. Size and color can allow us to apply hierarchy. For example, now the difference between this particular headline text and this here is basically size. Now, let me create a new card so that we could actually understand this thing way better, right? So I would go to my design right now and I'll try to attempt to create a new card. So I will come over here, right? I would just click on the frame tool here. Just draw a random shape of a card. Let's give, instead of frame 7, let's call it feature card, right? Feature card, something like this. All right, cool. Now the background is fully white, so let's look for some icons, right? So as usual, let's go and create our icon. Let's search for, we have been using this particular icon pack called iconly. So let's do that. So we have been using the two tones, and I think under the two tones we have been using the broken, right? Not the two tones. So this is what we've been using so far. So let's look for the wallet icon. Let's search for the wallet icon. All right, cool. This serves better. So it should have dropped it somewhere. So that's the icon over there. So what we'll always do is, let me just Control X so that we could just paste it alongside where all our icon that I've been using in this particular design lives. Control V now, and log the aspect ratio, give it like 24, make it a component as well, then drop it here. All right, notice I made it a component, right? And I drop it here. So the reason why I'm doing all of this is so that let's adjust this. So the reason I'm doing all of this is so that if we go to assets here, under icon, everything can actually appear. So if, for example, we want to add any other icons, we can easily just come here and add icons. All right. So now that we have that done, we can easily pick our wallet icon from here and just drop it here. Now this is our wallet icon, 24 by 24. Let's increase the size to 48. Okay, to be a little bit bigger. So we have that there. It might be difficult to say if we go in depth, wallet, blah blah, so we'll not be able to change anything. So let's just leave it like this. So we have our icon like this. So the next thing that we want to do now is to write in a headline. So let's come up around here. Let's drop a headline here. Let's call this one wallet, right? Wallet management, right? Let's just stop that there. Wallet management. All right. Let's just change it to 14, make it regular, and give it our text size, which is text color, which is 575757. All right, cool. Let's duplicate this again. I'm holding alternate on my key and just lob it. Then I'm going to type integrate wallet management system into your application, or okay, let's ensure this stuff is not more than like this, or okay, not capital letter, or what now, or fintech, right? Or fintech in lesser time frame. All right, something like that's cool. All right, so we have something like this. So hold both of them together, for example, now make this auto layout and see, let the spacings between them be like 0, no spacing. All right, cool. So we have something like this now. So this is our wallet here, right? And the next thing we we'll also want to do is to create a learn more. So let's look for this. Let's look for an arrow. Okay, let's use this arrow here. Let's just drag it. I'm holding shift so that it's going to go in nice direction. So drag it like this. The width should not be so much. We should give it like 24 and see how that plays. 24 should not be that big. Okay, 24 seems small. Let's see 32. All right, let's reduce this to 1. All right, this looks cool. Then let's duplicate this text so that we could have something similar to, let's just call it learn more, right? All right, learn more, something like this. Hold this together, ensure that it's 575757, so the color will be the same. Hold let's see, let's hold our arrow and this learn more, add auto layer together, no spacing, 0. Okay, let's give spacing like 8. All right, cool. So this is our learn more, right? So let us type, let's rename that to learn more. All right, so we could attach this together and give it auto layout too as well, and give it 0. All right, this is crazy. So let us call this one details, right? All right, cool. And this is what we have, a very beautiful card. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. Let's give our card auto layout. Let's apply auto layout, and 64. Let's also give this 64. 64, 64. So 64, 64 everywhere. All right, this looks cool. So this is our card right now. So now what we want to do is to bring this here and draw a new frame and just ensure it's exactly at that particular point. So let's call this one feature section. So let's just call it features. All right, so give it a background of F5, F5, F5. All right, so let's make this a component just for now. Then we can now drag this and put it inside here. And let's go and add it. Oops, Control Z. I want to drag it here. Aha, bring it down. So it's going to be inside our home. You know our home, we've designed everything section by section, right? You guys should not forget. Everything in our home is designed section by section. You're going to see it here features section here. So everything is section by section. So what I plan to do is to have something like this, right? And probably have another something like this too as well. Now let's take a look at it now. So if you take a look at these two cards, what is that thing that you're going to notice? You notice that you cannot differentiate between the wallet management system and the integrates management, blah, blah, blah. Why? There is no hierarchy. Now, we can apply hierarchy to this particular card using two things, size and color. Size and color. All right, watch me do it now. So let's just detach this one so that we can see the changes after we're done. So once we detach this, so it's not going to be changing when we are doing that. So I just right click on it and click on detach. Right click, you click on detach, you detach that one. So don't detach one like this. All right, so let's start applying our changes so we can come over here and see the difference when we apply those changes, right? So for us to apply those changes, the first thing we want to do, let's give this one a sub headline of 20, for example. So this one here, let's give it 20, change it to semi bold. All right, now guess what has happened again? See, you see the difference just by changing the size and making it bold. You could see some of the level of hierarchy there, but guess what, it is the same color still, right? So let's make it black, darker. Instead of this, let's give it 00. Oops, sorry, let's give it 00 here, so it's going to be full black. All right, let's see the difference again. So you can see the difference. So the difference between this and this is hierarchy. So we'll just use scanning it. You can tell that the wallet management as a text is more important to us than the integrate wallet management system compared to this other card. All right, let's proceed and also draw our design again. So the next thing that we could do right now is to add a space. Remember, this one here has a space. So let's add a space of, let's say, 4. All right, this 4 space will at least allow it to breathe a little bit, right? Then not just that, again, you could see spacing. Okay, let's say 3 things: sizing, size, color, and space. You could see this one is gray, this one is dark, right? That size and color that we've added have actually differentiate it, showing that wallet management system is more important than this, right? Okay, let's see how we can use spacing to also depict hierarchy. You could see that this text and this learn more here is looking like together. So let's assume now, for example, let's just assume for a moment that there is no arrow text here. Let me hide that text. You could see how it's going to look like, right? It looks basically just the same and there is no difference. So I'm going to use the same color and spacing right now to differentiate it. So the first thing I'm going to do is come to the general thing here and add probably a space of, let's say, 12. You see that? So that's a space of 12 there. So with the space of 12, only you could see that there is some difference there. So I could choose to also reduce the color of this one. Instead of me to give it 5757, let me give it something a little bit lighter. I could make it thicker or lighter. So, but I don't want to make it thicker so it does not interfere with the wallet management. So I'll make it lighter. So now, this is me using color to tell you guys that this other one here, the wallet management system here, this text here is more important than the learn more button. All right, so I will go ahead and turn on the arrow right now. So if I turn on the arrow, probably I will give them the same light color, AC, 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 AC. All right, so let's see what we have now. So this is what we have. So we have our learn more button, right? Or wherever there, but the learn more text now is a little bit hidden, showing that even though we have our learn more here, and guess what? This one have a better hierarchy than this. Now, let's compare these two design. Between this card design and this other card design, which would you choose on a normal circumstances, right? You guys will agree with me that definitely you would want to go with this design compared to this design. Why? Just because of there is some implementation of word hierarchy, right? So with hierarchy, every other things just basically changes, right? So that's what we're talking about here. So let's just bring this one out for a moment and leave this one here so we can always use it to do example whenever we want to do examples. So let's go ahead and try to, design this section to be more sexy and believable. All right. So what I want to do now is, let me bring this one down, is I want to bring this text here. So this is not about the hierarchy we are talking about right now. Let me make this one liner. Also click this one, make it one liner. All right. So this is me just trying to complete this section, so it's going to flow with our design, right? So I'm going to say plug in new features into your application. All right, cool. Or we can say into your app, right? Or into your solution. Let's use the word solution. Makes sense. Then this other one, let's find the text. What should we say here? Let's say something like focus on the customers and let's no let us worry about the technology, about the features. So let us put features here, about the features, right? Okay, this looks cool. About the features involved. All right, cool. All right, something like this looks cool. So if we also want to apply some form of hierarchy here, we can just highlight these features and make it full black. Now, just us doing this to the text, you could see that the features is standing out from the other text there, despite the fact that everything are all gray. So that's one of the things that you could also observe. So another thing again that we want to do, I want this to actually be like I want it to look like, how will I put it now? So I want to do something like this. First things first, let's turn on this and ensure that nothing is going outside this. All right, cool. Okay, that's not well done. All right, that's well done. Well placed. All right, let's see this one too. Well placed too as well. All right. So sometimes I also love to turn it off so that I can easily see stuff, right? What I'm designing. All right, so this is something like this I want to have. I also want to have something that goes like this. You understand? Probably 1, 2, 3. So probably 40, 40. So something that will just, that will just keep going. Something that I could just like keep going on and on, on and on, on and on, and stuff like that. So I also want to create another state and probably call it an active state. So if I do this, so basically what I want to do right now, if you ask me, is do like a carousel or something that will just like keep swiping and stuff, right? So something like that, that's what I want to do. So I want to select this and this, and let's add auto layer to both of them and ensure that they are centralized at the middle here. And yeah, so let me turn on this one too as well. I'll still show you guys some other hierarchy thing again, but just wait for me and put it somewhere here. All right, then clip contents. So if I do this right now, aha. So let's see what we have. So this looks like this, right? All right, this looks cool. This looks cool. So let's remove that hidings again. Let's take it off. Oops. Layout grid. All right, yeah. So probably something like this, right? All right. So, but guess what I want to do? I want to be able to have, let's get another variant of this, clicking on this plus sign. So I want to have another state. So let's call this one active. And let's call this one states, right? All right. So this is going to be our default. This is going to be our active. All right. Right here, let's change this one to active, the middle one to active. So this middle one now that is active, guess what I want to do? I want to expand it a bit Yep, I want to expand it like this, make it bigger. Yeah, probably something like that. See, that's bigger. Let's adjust this thing so it can show. Let's adjust this thing so we can see what we are designing. All right, probably a little bit bigger like this. Then give this a color. This white background column coming. Let's change this one to gray, something grayish. Don't worry, later we'll change it back. All right, so let's give this one a full black. Aha. Then this ones that will give this gray, let's give it full white, something like this. Then our text, that's this other color here. No, this color now is our text. Let's make it white, but not like full white, white, white. Let's see. Oh, we're not changing the right thing. Oh, I see what we are changing. We are changing the lemon. This color here is for the lemon. So let's see, something like this. Then what about this text here? 5757. Let's change it to not fully white, so probably something like this. Almost white. So let's make this lemon darker. All right, something like that. Something like that works. Then our icon here, let's change the color of the icon to of the wallets. Instead of white, let's give it this primary color. Where is that primary color again? I thought we've saved it before, so let's click here. Aha, primary color. Perfect. So let's give it a primary color. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Aha. This makes sense, right? So that on active, this is what we get. So looks big and stuff. All right, so something like that is what I intend to create. I think that's pretty. What do you guys think? So something like that. So I'm going to do this now. So the next thing I want to do is to bring this guy outside. Let me just bring it outside for now, because I also want to add like two icons here, so I want it to be part of it. So the idea here now is that we want to have so many, so that when we prototype it, we'll click here, this other one can change to the other level, stuff like that, right? So we can make it 3, 4, never can tell. So let's bring in this one here. Let's bring in this arrow and just put it down here, and make the width like what should we make the width now? The width should be like 40, and see, the size here should be 1. Something like that. So let's duplicate it and use Shift H. So okay, let me not use Shift H so you guys not be confused. Just right click and you see flip horizontal, so it will flip like this. So we can select this and select this together, give it auto layout, then the spacing between them, let's select 24 would do. Did that work? That doesn't look like 24 to me. Let's increase it to 50 and see. See? That doesn't work. Alright, let's see. 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10. 1, 2. This is 12. So why is the auto layer thing not working for it? Let's see. It's not working for it. I don't know why. Alright, I'm just wondering why the auto layer thing is not working. We don't have more than one arrow there. Alright, let us continue. let us continue. Let me Ctrl Z and do away with that space. I actually want to do away with that space. Alright, I've done away with this space. Alright, this is cool. So let's take this now and bring it here. Alright, so this might still be too small. I don't know yet. But for now, let's just leave it here. So let's call it our arrow, right? Let's call it our arrows. So for this, we could have so many of things going on here. So we'll select this frame together. So let's call this one our cards. So we can select this together and this together, add auto layout to it, ensure it is centralized. So our card is here, so everything is centralized. So this should work right now. Let's be doing this stuff inside a gray stuff so we can be seeing what we are doing. Because what I'm doing now is just hiding in my eye. Alright. So this is what we want to do. So I think the icon looks too small to me. Let me see if I can we can further play with these icons. Let's make it 2. Okay, 2 looks better. And let's see the spacing between them. 12 looks good too. Alright, so they can always move left. They can always go left or right, right? Alright, that's cool. The color of the icon, let's make it grayish, like 575757. Let's not be too dark like that. Then between these two, how about 50? Let us make it our 56 as usual. And if 56 is too small, we can still separate it. So guess what we want to do? We want to ensure that once you click here, this one can move, stuff like that. You get. Alright, so let's proceed. Let's proceed to, so this on its own should be a component, right? Let us call it component and let's call it feature slides. Feature slides, right? Let us call it like that. Alright, so take an instance of the component and come and drop it here. So with this now, we can now have this and this together actually. So right now, all of these other features here can now actually be auto laid out. So everything looks nice. The spacings between them. So this top and bottom, as usual, remember we'll always give it 56. So let's always maintain that. Left and right should not really bother us, but let's stretch it. But left and right is always 100, right? Perfect. So it's going to flow. So that is what we have there, and everything looks nice. So let's see. Aha. So this is what we're talking about here. So we can give this 56. So in between it is 56. Right. Alright, everything looks good. So another thing again we could see, let's see. So everything looks nice. So what we are going to do now, we're going to expand the spacing of this one times 2 to allow this other one, because this one I have cards, so that other one can breathe. Let's see, times 2. Alright, let's see how it goes now. Aha. Makes much sense. So that this one here can breathe because of the spacing that we've given it. Alright. I'm still not really enjoying the flow. I'm still not enjoying the flow. Alright, so another thing we could do is to ensure that this one here is centralized. Then if that is the case, this has to be centralized too as well. And this text. So see, I'm looking at the alignment, right? So what I'm doing with this design right now is trying to solve the alignment issues, right? Because I'm looking at the design, it's not just sitting right with me. All right, I think this is way better compared to when it is the other way, right? So the alignment is way sitting better. So let's see it without this gray background and see if it works. So let's see without the gray background. Let's hide it and see. Oops. Oh, instead of gray, it always has a background of white. So let's see if without the white background, everything's going to sit well. So let's see. Okay. So without the white background is way better because this other one already has a background here and it kind of looks like it's conflicting. So I think without the white background, without the gray background is better because of this gray here. So it's kind of conflicting the whole thing for now. But I would actually want it to have a gray background because there's an effect I actually want to give this. So let's continue with what we have. Let's put our gray background back. Find another. Oops. What did I just do? Control Z, Control Z, Control Z again. Let's add our gray background back. F5, F5, F5. Alright, so let's take a look at it again. Alright, this design look good. Now you could see that this one is hiding, right? So there's so many things we could do. This simply means now users can easily click on this arrow and like to basically swipe and stuff, right? They will click on this arrow to also swipe. So this boils down to what we want to do. So let's see if we make this arrow actually a very colorful one. Instead of making it this color, let's see if we make it the primary color is going to slip off. I think making this arrow the primary color is cool. And I also think increasing this arrow, let's do 1. This is almost like 10 right now. Let's say 22, 1, 2. This is like 24 space. Let's see what we have. I think this is nice. This is really nice. And I also think we could make the arrow a little bit smaller. So let's make it 24. And let's make it 24 and see. So I'm always trying to see what works best for us. This thing I've not updated. It's yet to be updated. It's yet to be updated. It has not given us the new look of what we have. Let me hide this. Alright. Alright, I want to hide everything in total. So what's now making it to pop up? So let's see if it has updated. It has not updated, so let's close this and run it again. Sometimes this stuff might just be messing with us. Alright, so while we have that now, so let's do something now. So what I'm trying to say now is you could see now that also there's also an hierarchy in display with this card. This tells you now because this one is black, it is more important that it's contemporary, that is white. Right? So just for you guys to understand what I want to do, let me extend this a little bit. Now this is a component already, so let me just add the plus sign here, add another variant. So in this variant, you guys guess what I want to do in this variant? Just see what I want to do. What I want to do, this stuff already has auto layout, so I'm going to take out the auto layout. So in this variant, this is what I want to do. So I want to assume now, let me also take the auto layout here too. Let me also assume there's another card. So I'm going to say, oh, if I take away the auto layout, I can't add another card. Oh. So we have to add our auto layout back because if I do Control D now without auto layouts, right, I will not be able to add another card. So let's close this. All right, there's one here. Okay, there's auto layout in it already. So let's add another card towards the end, Control D. So if we add another card here, cards, you see what I'm talking about? So I didn't want to add another card. So this is what I want to do. Perfect. This is what I want to do. So I want to be able to add cards upon cards. But the thing now is, let's see if we can, see we cannot shift it because this default on its own This default one has an auto layout. So let's see if we could take the auto layout of the default. Alright, but leave the auto layout of the cards, right? And adjust this a bit. Alright, let's see the arrow now. So we are kinda spoiling our stuff. So this defaults is what we want to adjust. I'm clicking on the default. I hope you guys can understand what I'm doing here. It's doing me like I'm spoiling it for you guys. Alright, cool. Our cards. If I say centralized, that will not be nice. Alright, that's cool. So everything looks nice. But our card has some like, so this is cool. Let me even delete this one. So let me just explain it now. This is what I did. In this one, in this default, what is happening on is the default that has the clip content. So the default is the one that is clipping it out. So inside the default, we have two things, right? We have the cards, and we have the arrow, all centralized to the center. This card now has auto layout, right? Centralized to the center too as well. Let's stretch this default a little bit. So this card also has auto layout, centralized to the center in a way. So you could see everything like this. So we have about 4 cards inside here. We could even have more if we want to. We could choose to have 5, Control D. We could have like 5. It doesn't really matter, right? So what matters is that we want to be able to shift the line. So now that we have it there, so let's create another variant of this feature. So if we click in and click on variants, alright, cool. So what we just did, so with this second variant now, let's take it to the top. So in this second variant, what I want to do in this second variant, I want to click on this one here, make it the states active, then this other one here, the states should be what? Default. Then the entire card, guess what I'm going to do? Let me just draw a line here so that I can always see it. So this entire card right now, I'm going to shift it. So I'm using my arrow key and my shift on my keyboard to actually make this adjustment. So I'm going to shift it like this. So let's zoom out. So this doesn't matter. So we can always adjust this, right? So we can always adjust this. So let us do something. I want us to make some changes. Let's go to our icon here, open up our iconly that we'll always use, this other one. Drag this up a little bit, search for the broken icons, and no, broken. All right, let's look for arrow icon, right? So let's look for this and this. So these are opposite icons, so that will not touch them at all. So this one is arrow left. Let's just log the aspect ratio, make it a component as usual, ensure that it is inside this particular frame. So reduce the size like 24. Now this makes sense. Do the same thing here too as well. Log aspect ratio, reduce the size like 24, and do this too as well. So bring it here. So I think this is the one I should reduce to 24. See, I've done the wrong thing. See, let's repeat this. I went to resize. I didn't resize the main thing. All right, so we're looking for the left, I guess. So where's the left again? This one. So instead of me selecting the outward stuff, the outward rectangle like this, I went to select the inward one. So 24, make it a component, and ensure that it's inside as well. So this works. So let's go back to our design. So instead of adding this arrow to our design, I actually wouldn't want to add this arrow. So this arrow is here. So I'm going to delete it in total. So I'm just going to delete it actually. Then I'm going to go to my assets and bring this arrow now, put it inside here. So it should be inside my layers right now. So I'll bring the second one too, put it inside here too as well. That should also be in my layers as well. So once I have both of them together, I think we can add auto layer to both of them and ensure that the spacing between them is like 24 thereabout. Then ensure that everything is at the middle too as well. So by clicking here, then see the spacing. So it's 12 with your arrow key 1, 2, this should be 10. So let's ensure we can bring it down. Hold on your shift key, then your arrow key down. This will give you 20. Hold on alternate to view it, then 1, 2, 3, 4. This should give you 24. So something like this will work. So let's see what we have. So something like this actually. So we could choose to change the color of our icons. So this other icon looks a lot more prettier to me. So this works. So what I want to do now is to use this to like manipulate it. So I will just Control C, come over here, and instead of these two arrows that we have here, I'll delete it. Oops, what did I do? I know how to delete wrong things. So I'll select these two together and I'll basically delete it. So come over here and Control V it to paste it. So we have that same arrow here. So now that we have it here, so let's go and prototype it now. Click on prototype and let's leave this to click on prototype. We'll see this arrow here, this one here. So select this particular single one, drag it and bring it here. On click, you see change to smart animate and see. So let's see how it works. So we can prototype this now. Let's move it. So this is what we want to do. You see that? So let's take it back. So for us to do the back one right now, let's select this as well, right? And take it back too as well. So on click, change to easy out, auto smart animate and stuff. So let's see now. Okay, let's say this should be able to go forward like this. So we can still go on and on and stuff like that, right? So you could see the way it's moving now. So the reason why this other one is still showing the same thing because we did not change the content, right? So we could go ahead and let's go back to design and let us change the content to something else. So these are things that we could do from here. We'll come over here, for example, now this icon now will come over here. See, we'll call it what? Icon, instant swap. So it's going to be icon. This other one now we'll call it title. We'll go to text. Where's text, and we'll just call it title, right? This other one now we'll call it description, right? So we'll go to text as well. We'll create a new property. We'll call it description. All right, let's spell that description well. All right, cool. Right, so we could do the same thing here too as well. Title, ensure that this one is title. This text here, ensure that is a description text. Then this icon too as well, ensure that is the icon as well. So with this now, it will be easier for us to just like click on this button and swap icons, right? So we could easily swap icons. So it's from here. Remember, this one is this one. So let's click this one here. So instead of wallet, we could choose to give it another icon. Let us give it display icon for now, for example, right? So once we give it display icon, we could, this text now is called wallet management. So we could say virtual cards, right? And just put some description text here, and everything changes, right? So same thing too. So this should actually change to, let me see, if we switch this from default to active, from active to default, so it should also change from default to active, virtual cards, from active to default, virtual cards. All right, this should actually change. So I guess because of we did this design before, so one funny thing about all these things, they love you to actually draw the design here before you start making the prototyping it. Once you start prototyping it, now you will not be enjoying what you're seeing again. So you see, So it's not looking as if this is this one that is coming up. So do you know what we are going to do to correct this error? Is to completely delete this guy. So if we completely just come over here, this second variant now, just delete everything. And right here now, we could actually change some of the descriptions. A virtual card will say, so let's type something like easily add and local and international virtual cards to your application. All right, let's do something like that. All right, see, so let's do something like that. So once we have that now, if we have all of this, we can easily just say add variants. Where is that? Add variants here. See it, just click on it. It's just created that stuff on top of the whole thing. All right, so it doesn't really matter. So let's just do it like this. So what we're going to do here now is to make this other one active. So see, virtual card is active. Then this other one now, let's make it default. Then all of these cards that we have here, holding our shift key, we can now resize them, like just move it like this. All right, so our card on its own has some certain stuff here that we need to actually extend. So we could still add some sort that we can actually extend. So it now looks like this. So this second one that is wallet management now could be something else because we do not change the name. So if we go ahead and prototype this whole thing, and let's prototype it again, so we should be able to have that effect. All right, put this here. So smart animate, everything is working fine. Close it. Come over here again. Let's double click this one. Smart animate and put it, so everything will also work fine too as well. So once we come here, let's test these things. All right, our icon is back. So you see, so now it makes sense to you now, right? So we have this virtual card. So you click here, virtual cards appears here. So, but all of this design and prototype is not what this video is meant for. This video is just meant for to show you guys how contrast works and how we've used contrast in the cards themselves, and also how we've also used contrast to as well to show that this particular card here is the most important one, and they could actually use this stuff to toggle between wallet management and as well as card, right? So you could see that this thing is really nice. So you go ahead, give it a trial, and let me know how it goes. And in the next video, we'll be doing some other amazing designs. See you guys in the next video.